finished your hat, for these first few, I want you to make a lining so that you know how to do it. I've just sent you a document with the step-by-step, but so this is to back that up. And also I have sent you 5 simple questions dated today so that you can then email that back to me, and I've given a little instruction of how to do your signature. Now, here we have the lining fabric. It's any fabric that's very lightweight is suitable for this. This is a polyester material, and you can see here I've folded the selvage edge of this across the weft being the one that goes right across the roll. And if I pull this, what's going to happen? What's it going to do?
Stretch.
Thank you so much. Milliners are bias queens. We love the bias. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull that up. Now, Sunday, if I made a lining for you, what is your head measurement?
22.
22. Now, who's got scissors that actually cut? Mine are rubbish.
Yep.
Love you, Fiona. You're a multitasker. So what we need to do is we need to have the head measurement, plus we need seam allowance. For the purposes of this, we're going to do a centimetre seam allowance. So I love the fact I'm not going to use the selvage because I don't like that. So we're going to go 23, and we can pull that back a fraction and save fabric, because that will be a kind of off-cut. Start outside the selvage, go across maybe a tad further, and that's going to be our 23. So we're just going to slip the scissors in here, cut along here. I can keep that nice and straight. That's good. So we've got a nice bias cut there. So then we're going to measure. Normally we would measure from the top of the hat down to the side of the brim. So if you've got a big tall top hat, you'll have a wider lining. If you've got a little shallow boater, you'll have a more shallow lining. So let's just, for argument's sake, we're going to have it, say about 7 inches. We can always cut it off. We can't join it on easily. So we're using inches, but you could just as easily use centimetres. We're going to go 7 here and 7 here. If you've got the whole space, why not use it? That is the 7 inches. Smooth that out. That's beautiful. Get the scissors in there, hold it firmly, and just, thank you, slide that. Try and get a nice clean cut as well. She says, oh, this is good. Now just don't let that slip away. That 7 is good. Okay, now, sorry Fiona, so we've got, this is our lining, this is the side band, so that's the one that's going to go around your head. Now we're going to knock this off the selvage. I am allergic to selvage, so off it comes. Now what we need to do is make a parallelogram. So we've got 20, should be 23 inches, yeah, we've got a little bit more than we need. So we're going to start there, and we're going to get that to go on the straight grain. So we've got that line there going parallel to that line there. So see that? It's like a rectangle, it's been pushed over, okay? So just to be on the safe side, we can measure this. It should come to 23. Oh, it's a little bit long, so we'll just shorten that. So let's see, it should come to 23. Bingo. And that should be about right. But you can mark it or pin it or whatever. I'm trying to do theatrics because I'm in a bit of a hurry. So I'm just going to put that on there, and then I'm going to cut that. So that's my side band. Now, milliners, because we like to have special language, we call the bit at the top the tip. So the flat top of your boater is a tip. The top of your hat's a tip. Now I'm going to cut a little circle. Now you can, if you'd like to, get a jar, or you can just fold it into quarters and then into eighths. And these are the scissors, thanks Fiona, that's good. And I'm just going to cut what I think is going to make a reasonable curved line. Oh yeah, a bit rectangular, but we're getting somewhere. Now I'm just going to tidy that up a little bit, and that'll be my tip. So we're just going to go like this, and we're just shortening that a bit. Now if you want to, you can get a coffee jar or any little thing. Gee, it's still square, so we can also just tidy it up the same way we tidy up the brim edge. So it should be, I think it's around about 8 centimetres across, round about. Okay, now who knows how to get quarter marks into this? Tiny little notches. 2 there and 2 there. So we know where the quarters are, right? Yep. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to join this so that it creates a cylinder, and we're going to have a little bit of fabric sticking out at the top and a little bit of fabric sticking out at the... Yes, it's open. That's good. Now, get that so that we could get a seam, and I've threaded up the machine and got it ready to go while you're away. See how I'm pinning? Which direction are the pins going?
Down.
Yeah, in relation to the seam, what will it be?
Perpendicular.
Perpendicular, gotta love that. Yeah, go across the seam, okay? So now, get my gadget going. Who hasn't used a sewing machine before? Anyone? Oh, you're all used it. Now I've got a little bit of reversing to do, and then I'm chomping along here at 1 centimetre. Somehow I think my needle's a tad dodgy, but guess what? I'm not changing it now. And I've just got that 1 centimetre seam allowance which I'm sticking to. And the good thing about that is I can pull those pins out as I go. Come on, hurry up. Whoopsie toopsie, get to the end. And last thing we do is go backwards and break the needle. Very good. We might have to have an interval for this little movie. So, nothing's perfect in this world. Okay, so now we've got a cylinder. That's our side band. And we're going to do a notch there, a notch there. Usually when you break a needle, it's on a blooming pin, but I didn't even have a pin near there. So now another notch there. See those two together? And another notch there. Guess what? We've seen notches somewhere else before tonight, yes? So here's the trick. Put those two together, pin across that, pin across this. Now I'm not going to make you watch me do it all the way around. I'll just do one quarter, you do the same thing on every corner, all at the same time. So we have our fingers there, we put those two edges together, roughly the middle there, and we put a pin in. We do it all the way around, so we've got 8 pins. And then we split that, so we've got 2 little pleats there. Can you see that? 2 little loops. And we go around. So we've got 8, and now we're going to split them all in half. How many pleats have we got?
16.
It's called a 16 pleat lining. When you've done that, we're going to pretend the sewing machine works, okay? So we're going to just go in here, put the seam allowance on here. Yeah, no, I've definitely wrecked that. And then put that on your centimetre, drop that down. Now, this will separate the chickens from the turkeys. We're going to just let the fabric fall under the needle. So we're going to go chomp, 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 chomp. We're going to get to the pin. As soon as we get right up to the pin, you can go over it, but it's probably a better idea just to pull it out as you go. But don't let the lining at the top jump over. Now I'm going to do that when the video's over and show you the inside of the lining. This will then be ready to put inside your hat. So I'll show you how to do that in another session, but this will be your lining made. You can do that here if you like, or you can do it at home, depending on how much time you've got at your disposal. I would seriously encourage you to do some millinery at home. We can see what